Mark Gibson Humanist Channel. Accountant with designations CPA, MBA, CMA, ACPA, ASA, Australia. Enjoy learning!
So what is transfer price? Transfer price is the monetary value or the price charged by one segment of a firm for the goods and services it supplies to another segment of the same firm. So the objectives of transfer pricing is to facilitate optimal decision making, to provide a basis in measuring divisional performance, to motivate the different department heads in improving their performance and that of their department. So remember in our discussion in the responsibility accounting, no? So especially in a decentralized organization, managers are uh, empowered to decide for their own departments, no? So they can decide whether to buy within or outside the company, especially when a similar department or a department within within the company is producing the same items or parts that a particular department needs, no? So later on we'll demonstrate it in a problem, no? So balikan muna natin tong transfer price, no? So for discussion purposes, remember from time to time I keep on talking about Xerox, no? Well, as you know, I'm connected or I'm connected with Xerox right now. So imagine Fuji Xerox. So Fuji Xerox is in Japan, no? Though Fuji Xerox is a separate entity, there's a joint venture between Fuji and Xerox, no? So basically that company manufactures all the Xerox machines, no? So imagine na lang na ang Fuji Xerox is actually a Xerox company. Ganun lang for sake of discussion. So Xerox in the US will need, syempre, they will order Xerox machines, no? So and Fuji Xerox can cater to Xerox US, Xerox and other Xerox entities in the world, no? Oh, and as well as they can still accept orders from outside, no? So for example, business or a firm within Japan would require a Xerox machine, so Fuji Xerox can still entertain them, no? So what if Xerox US orders machines from Fuji Xerox? So sabihin natin, magbigay lang ako example, sabihin natin 10,000 units. But then, Fuji Xerox is already operating at capacity. So sabihin natin ang capacity ni Fuji Xerox for the year is 50,000. Pero sabi natin, Fuji Xerox is already operating at its capacity. So meaning, yung 50,000 na yun, it's already allotted to its existing customers. So therefore, if we're going to accept order from Xerox US, it will have an impact to our existing customers, no? In that case, we have to forego income from those existing orders in order for us to accommodate the order from Xerox US, no? So later on, we'll discuss that in a problem, no? Para at least magkaroon pa ng sense yung mga pinagsasabi natin ngayon, no? So what are the approaches for determining transfer price? So we have three. Number one, negotiated transfer price. Two, cost-based transfer price. And thirdly, market-based transfer price. So the general rule in choosing a transfer price, number one, the maximum price should be no greater than the lowest market price at which the buying segment can acquire the goods or services externally. So meaning, ang pinag-uusapan ko na dito, if we're talking about the maximum price, it should be no greater than the lowest market price. So kung magkano yung magkano mo siya mabibili outside the company, that would dictate how much would be the maximum transfer price. So that's one, ha? Number two, the minimum price should be no less than the sum of the selling segment's incremental cost. Plus, We've discussed about incremental cost, especially when we did differential cost analysis, no? So incremental cost would be your relevant cost, no? Sabi natin relevant cost, this will be your additional cost, no? So incremental costs associated with the goods or services plus opportunity cost of the facilities used. Oh, so there are two elements naman in setting the minimum price. Number one is the incremental cost, and number two is the opportunity cost. So remember, class, opportunity cost is this will be your this is your benefits for GAN for accepting the order. So we have also tackled that when we discuss the differential cost analysis or yung relevant costing natin. So kailan tayo ulit nagkakaroon ng opportunity cost? If we choose an alternative, no? So yun kanina sa example ko kanina, if we choose to accept order from Fuji Xerox, and remember, we're already operating at capacity. So capacity natin is 50,000. Yet Fuji's Xerox US is would like to place an order for 10,000. So definitely there will be opportunity cost there. No? So that we need to compute. And later on, we'll also discuss how to compute for that. No? A good should be transferred internally whenever the minimum transfer price set by the selling division is less than the maximum transfer price set by the buying division. By using this rule, total profits of the firm are not decreased by any internal transfer. So sinasabi lang naman dito is basically in a decentralized organization where managers nga are empowered to decide on their own, they're not required to do transfer internally. So there has to be a negotiation pa rin, no? It's really not necessarily na dahil para sa tayong company, okay na tayo sa price na isa-set ng selling department, no? So parang ano pa rin yan, it's still business, no? But still, at the end of the day, i-consolidate mo yan, and it has to be in favor of the company as a whole. So, siguro para mas maintindihan natin yan, let's have discussion problem number one. So, what are the requirements? Number one, what is the maximum transfer price that the kitchen cabinets division would be willing to pay the handles division for the model ABC handles? And number two, what is the minimum price that the handles division would consider to produce the model ABC handles for the kitchen cabinets division? So let me read the problem. So Woodworks Company's kitchen cabinets division produces a wooden kitchen cabinets for which cabinet handles are used. The most frequently used cabinet handle is model ABC, which can be purchased from a number of outside suppliers for 5 pesos each. The manager of the kitchen cabinets division has approached the manager of the handles division and offered to buy 200,000 units of model ABC handles. The handles division's normal capacity for model ABC is 500,000 units. At present, it produces and sells 300,000 units to the outside market for 5 pesos each. It incurs a variable cost per unit of 3 pesos for model ABC. Okay, sige. Pag-usapan natin to, punta lang tayo dun sa Excel file. So, class, in the problem, we have two divisions under Woodworks companies. So parang ano siguro itong imagination natin is San Miguel, no? Yung San Miguel, meron siyang Pure Foods, tapos meron din siyang Petron, parang gano'n, no? So this time, meron kitchen cabinet division. Ang pinoproduce daw is wooden kitchen cabinets. And then there's another division for handles division. Itong handles division naman is producing cabinet handle. So cabinet handle called model ABC. So it just so happened that cabinet division requires model ABC. At yung model ABC na yun, pinoproduce din ni cabinets ni handles division. So, ganun na. Ngayon na, pag-usapan muna natin, ano ba yung question? Number 1, what is the maximum transfer price? Sabi natin kanina, the maximum transfer price is equal or equivalent to the lowest price in the market. So in this case, isa lang kasi yung na-mention dito, no? So sabi, the most frequently used cabinet handles model ABC, which can be purchased from a number of outside suppliers for 5 pesos each. So answer to question number 1 is 5 pesos. So that is the maximum transfer price that kitchen cabinet division would be willing to pay the handles division. Kasi imagine, di ba, nabibili na natin yung handle model ABC from outside suppliers at 5 pesos. Question, kung si handle division ba offers you to sige, I can produce 200,000 units of model ABC for you at 6 pesos. Ikaw na si cabinet division, nabibili mo siya sa labas at 5 pesos. Will you be willing to accept it at 6 pesos from handle division? Diba? Parang common sense na yan. No? So, therefore, ang maximum transfer price mo na pwedeng i-accept is 5 pesos. Yun lang yung maximum. Kasi that's the equivalent price from outside. Okay? So, I hope nakukuha na yan. Number 2, what is the minimum price that the handle division would consider to produce model ABC? Kanina, pinag-usapan natin na in setting up minimum price, there are actually 2 items that we need to consider. Number 1 is the incremental cost and number 2 is the opportunity cost. Pero pag-usapan muna natin, how much is the normal capacity ba ni handle division? Sabi dito, normal capacity for model ABC is 500,000 units. But presently, it produces 300,000. Ilan nga yung in-order ni cabinet? 200,000. So do we have the capacity to produce 200,000? So remember, currently, ang order lang kay handle division is 300,000. Meron tayong capacity. Normal capacity natin is 500,000. So therefore, we still have excess capacity of 200,000. So yes, the answer is yes. We can still accommodate. The order from cabinet division. Okay? So pag-usapan ngayon natin. Sabi natin, di ba, there are 2 elements in setting up the minimum transfer price. So sabi natin, we have incremental costs up to point of transfer and opportunity cost. But in this case, since we still have excess capacity, we still can produce additional 200,000, which is equivalent to what cabinet division requires. So wala opportunity cost dito. So the minimum transfer price would be equivalent to the variable cost. Again, dahil we still have excess capacity, so the thinking would be, syempre, di ba, papasok dito yung cost behavior natin, di ba? Sabi natin na fixed costs. For example, meron ditong fixed cost, no? Start na tayo sa contribution margin kasi yun lang yung given. But for example, there's fixed cost here. So whatever would be your, meaning at still 500,000 normal capacity, your total fixed cost won't change, you know? So it's irrelevant, no? So therefore, the incremental cost here is equivalent to your variable cost, which is 3 pesos, no? Okay? O sige, balikan ko yung PowerPoint kasi there are additional requirements. No? So same tayo ng data, meron ng additional requirements. So if the handles division is currently operating at capacity, ito, take note class ha. Sinasabi dito is handles division is already working at its capacity. So meaning, wala siyang excess capacity. No? So that it would have to reduce its sales to the outside customers should it decide to sell the handles being ordered by the kitchen cabinet division. What should be the minimum price be? Okay, so yun na lang muna tayo. And letter D, if the handles division is currently operating at 85% of its capacity, so that it would have to reduce its sales to the outside customers should it decide to sell the handles being ordered by the kitchen cabinets division, what should the minimum price be? And finally, refer to the original data. No? What transfer price should be set so that the benefits may be divided equally between kitchen cabinet division and handles division? Sige, pag-usapan ulit natin yan. Doon lang, lipat lang tayo sa Excel file. So in letter C, same data, pero ang tinatanong sa atin dito is, what if we're already working at full capacity? So remember, the normal capacity is 500,000 and sinasabi rito sa requirement number 3 or requirement letter C is we're already operating at capacity. Full capacity na tayo. So 500,000 is our normal capacity and current order is already 500,000. So therefore, wala tayong excess. So paano ngayon yung calculation ng minimum price? So sabi ulit natin, para lang at least ma-instill sa mind yun. Ulit-ulitin natin yung theoretical part. So sabi natin when computing for the minimum price, it includes two parts. First is your incremental cost, and of course, your opportunity cost. And since in this case, if we choose to consider or to accept the order from kitchen cabinet for 200,000, so definitely meron tayong issue forgo na orders from other customers. No? So ano ngayon yung equivalent na opportunity cost yan? Siyempre, yung contribution margin. Okay? Yan yung mawawala sa'yo eh. If you accept orders from kitchen cabinets division. No? So, of course, your incremental cost is equivalent to your variable cost. No? So the answer to number 3 is 5 pesos. Now, what if we're being asked what would be the transfer price range? Of course, pag sinabi nating range, so meron syempre minimum up to maximum. No? So in this case, remember the minimum price natin is equivalent to the incremental cost, so equivalent to your variable cost. So that would be from 3 to 5 pesos. So ibig sabihin lang, between 3 or from 3 to 5 pesos, you can negotiate your price. So that will be, from 3 to 5 pesos, dyan lang tayo pwede mag-usap ng price natin. If it's below 3, hindi na pwede. Kasi imagine, handle division will incur 3 pesos per unit. Eh. So if it sells, the cabinet division below 3. So, loss na siya agad. No? Okay. If it sells naman above 5, hindi naman mapayag si cabinet division. Kasi remember, cabinet division can purchase it from outside suppliers at 5 pesos. And that's your maximum transfer price. No? Okay. So, letter D, ito naman, if the handle division is currently operating at 85% capacity, so that it would have to reduce its sales to outside customers, should it decide to sell the handles being ordered by the kitchen cabinets division, what should be the minimum price be? So again, meron tayong normal capacity of 500,000, pero sinasabi dito, we are operating at 85%. So 85% of 500,000 is equal to 425,000. So, meron tayong excess capacity of 75,000. Pero remember, kailangan nating i-calculate ngayon how much is our opportunity cost. No? Kasi given na sa atin kung magkano yung incremental cost. Ano? Parang at this stage, alam mo na na incremental cost is equivalent to your variable cost. Pero pag-usapan natin how much would be the opportunity cost. So opportunity cost for the 125,000. So paano natin na-compute yung 125,000? Plus, ilan ba ang units na in-order ni Cabinet Division? 200,000, no? Pero meron ka lang capacity to produce or meron ka lang excess capacity of 75,000. So therefore, meron kang 125,000 orders na ile-let go from outside customers. So therefore, we have to compute how much would be the opportunity cost from the 125,000 units. No? So 125,000 multiplied by 2, yun yung 2 is your contribution margin per unit. So that's 250,000. Divided by the units ordered by Cabinet Division. So that's 200,000 units. So we have the opportunity cost per unit of 1.25. So i-add natin yung dalawa. So 3, your incremental cost or the variable cost in this case, plus the opportunity cost per unit of 1.25. So the answer is 4.25. This is your minimum transfer price. Siguro ang kailangan lang natin tandaan in this part is kung ilan lang yung i-let go na sales to outside customers, yun lang yung magiging basis natin ng calculation ng opportunity cost. No? Kasi yun lang naman yung i-let go natin. Unlike dun sa una, here, no? So, lahat ng wala tayong capacity to produce a 200,000 order from Cabinet Division. So therefore, that 200,000 will be coming from outside customers, no? So ile-let go natin 'yon. Kaya ang naging calculation natin dito is 2, which is equivalent to the contribution margin. Okay? Actually, ito na lahat ng mga scenario na pwedeng itanong sa transfer price. No? So what if gusto naman natin parehas happy si Cabinet Division kasi tignan mo si Cabinet Division and Handle Division. So in order to get equally beneficial setup, so all we need to do is add the minimum price. Minimum price is 3, equivalent to your incremental cost, plus the maximum price would be the outside market price. So that's 8 divided by 2. So that's 4. Pero patunayan natin. No? So sabi natin, if Cabinet Division purchase it from outside supplier, sabi natin, ang price is 5. Tama? So 5 multiplied by 200,000 units, so that's 1 million. Pero kung bibilin natin siya kay Handle Division, so that's 4 pesos lang, no? Ayan, 4 pesos. So that's 800,000. So meron savings si Cabinet Division of 200,000. Ngayon tingnan natin si Handle Division. Of course, yung sales mo dito is equivalent to the transfer price, no? So that's 800,000. Magkano yung variable cost? So that's 3 multiplied it by 200,000. So that's 600,000. And your contribution margin would be 200,000. So equal siya. No? So si Handle Division kumita ng 200,000. The same time si Cabinet Division nakasave ng 200,000 from buying from Handle Division. Okay? So, like I said, that covers all these possible scenarios on transfer pricing.
This has been your instructor, Mark Gibson. Thank you for learning with us. See you in our next discussion. Don't forget to like and subscribe. See ya!